In this video, we're going to show you how to produce nice and neat workflow diagrams like the one you see now that is fed directly from MS Excel spreadsheets. And better still, show you how these can be updated automatically when your Excel data updates as well. Let's check it out. So once you've opened up Visio, simply double click on the basic flowchart and you'll be asked there if you want to create that, which we do. And right in front of us, we have our blank worksheet. Now the first thing we want to do is to identify the data from Excel that we wish to use in our flowchart. So to do that, go to the Data tab there, and you'll notice a little Excel Quick Import logo there. Simply click on that, and it's here where you can select the workbook that you want the data to feed into your workflow diagram. So we're going to do that. We're going to go and select that right now. So once you've selected that, you can click Done. And when you've done that, you'll be presented with this box here, which is going through the process of connecting the Excel data to Visio. Now this could take a few moments, so you might need to be patient with it. Now during this process, you'll likely be presented with this box here, Import to Visio, asking us to select the range that we want placed into the worksheet. It's a good idea to open up the Excel document that you wish to feed into your Visio and select the range that it's asking. So we can simply do that. We click OK, and then the process continues. And once you've got all those 4 ticks, click Done. You'll notice here on the right hand side that we have our external data panel with all of our pieces of data that we wish to use in the flowchart. So I'm going to go into the process now of actually forming the flowchart with a start and with an end, and with 4 separate boxes to represent each of those summary tasks. Okay, I finished up forming the beginnings of the flowchart. Now we go to the business of connecting the data to those boxes or flowchart bubbles. Now to do that, you simply select the data that you wish to transfer, drag and place. And you can see there that right next to it, it's showing the corresponding information. So you simply repeat that for each of the bubbles or balloons in your flowchart to get that information across. I'll do that right now. So that information has been transferred. You can see the task name, you can see the cost. The one thing that we don't have is the finish, but you can simply select that by utilizing the Data Graphic Fields panel and simply click Finish, and you can see that those finish dates, although very difficult to see, when you zoom in you can see those finish dates have been applied. So you can see that we at least have the beginnings of a workflow diagram here, and we can connect each of the bubbles simply by utilizing the connector tool from the Home tab. I'll quickly do that now. But now we want to get this information inside the bubbles and in a format that we desire. So to do that, grab the pointer tool and select all of the bubbles. And then right click and go down to the data option and select Edit Data Graphic. Now it's here where we can apply the changes to the formatting of our bubbles and the text inside them. So we're going to start with the task name. You can see we've got task name, cost and finish. We'll start with the task name and we'll go Edit Item. Now we want the position to change first and foremost. So we're not going to use the default position. We're going to ask it to be horizontally in the center of the bubble and vertically at the top of the bubble. Now the display is text, which we like. The style as a call out is not what we want. We would rather that be a heading. So you can scroll down until you see heading. Heading 2 looks good. And lastly, we're going to work on the font size. 8 points is probably a bit small for a heading of this nature. So we might up that to 16 points. Now when we click OK and then we click Apply, notice what occurs here when we move our dialog box. We can see our headings have moved into the right location that we are looking for. Now we're going to do a similar thing with cost and finish. So with cost, we select cost, we go Edit Item. We want the position to move once again to the horizontal center of the bubble, and vertically in the middle will be good because will be underneath our heading, so we'll maintain middle. We don't want the text to be displayed as a data bar, but rather as text, and we can simply apply a heading and maybe change the font size to 12 points. Now when we go OK and when we go Apply, see that it still has not moved. We have to go back and check something. So we'll go back to cost, edit item. Now for some reason our default position has moved. We have to make sure this is always checked. We check it as center, click OK, apply, and there it is in the right location. Now I'm going to repeat the same for the finish, but place that down the bottom instead of the center or the top, so it sits nicely in our bubbles. So I'll go and do that now. Okay, I've applied the similar arrangement to our finish dates, and they're nicely placed there in the bottom of our bubbles there. Now we might go and change the look and feel of the text, perhaps change it to a white color so it sits better on that blue background. Now unfortunately there is no quick and easy way to do this. You will have to select, go and change the color, and you can even put some bold in there to make it look good. So I'll go through and change all of those to make it look a bit better before we do some work to our Excel document. So now we have a much neater flowchart diagram which shows our high-level tasks as well as associated costs and finish dates. And the best thing about this is it's connected to MS Excel, and the added feature of that is when we make changes in Excel, it will translate to our flowchart diagram. Let's demonstrate. So we'll go and jump in, and this hypothetically we realize that we need to change the budget from pre-party planning to $10,000. So we'll change that, 10,000, change. Now how do we get this to translate to our flowchart diagram? Well, we go to the data tab and click refresh all. It'll take a few moments to translate those refreshments. And you notice that's been done. We can close that box. Our external data has been updated to 10,000, and also our workflow diagram has changed as well. Now, just a point of note, there have been occasions where some have experienced issues with this translation where it doesn't update. Now, when that occurs, make the change in Excel, close the Excel document, and then reopen it, and then select refresh all, and you'll find that those changes will translate. So if you do have issues, try that little hack. It'll hopefully get you out of trouble. So you'll agree that this is an excellent way for project managers to not only share detailed data in a more palatable manner, but also will save a lot of time when your project changes. You can avoid all of the admin in making manual updates by utilizing this automatic tool. Thank you for your support. Please like, subscribe, or share, and we'll see you in the next video.